The billion-dollar mistakes of famous companies. Even the most successful companies in the world can make catastrophic errors. Mistakes that don't just cost millions, they cost billions. But behind every failure lies a story, and behind every story, there's a lesson. Let's dive into some of the most famous billion-dollar mistakes made by companies and what we can learn from them. 1. Blockbuster. The $50 million that could have changed everything in the early 2000s, a small DVD rental service called Netflix was struggling to grow. They approached Blockbuster, the rental giant of the time, with an offer: buy Netflix for $50 million. Blockbuster laughed them out of the room. Fast forward to today. Netflix is worth over $200 billion, while Blockbuster is gone. Blockbuster underestimated the power of the digital shift and paid the ultimate price for it. Their mistake? Clinging to the old ways while the world moved online. 2. Kodak. The giant that invented its own demise. Here's a shocker. Kodak, the legendary photography company, actually invented the digital camera in 1975. But instead of embracing it, they buried it, fearing it would kill their profitable film business. Spoiler alert. Digital photography exploded, and companies like Canon and Sony took over. Kodak filed for bankruptcy in 2012, proving that holding onto the past can be more costly than adapting to the future. 3. Nokia. The fall of a mobile titan. Once upon a time, Nokia was the king of mobile phones, controlling nearly half of the global market. But when smartphones started taking over, Nokia failed to innovate. Instead of switching to Android, they stubbornly stuck to their outdated operating system. By the time they tried to catch up, it was too late. In 2013, Nokia sold its mobile division to Microsoft, a move that marked the end of their reign. It's a reminder that even market leaders can fall if they resist change. 4. Pepsi's Tropicana rebranding disaster. In 2008, PepsiCo decided to give its Tropicana orange juice a fresh new look. They ditched the iconic orange with a straw and replaced it with a bland image of a glass of juice. Customers hated it. Sales plummeted by 20% in just 2 months, costing Pepsi $32 million. They quickly reverted to the old packaging, but the damage was done. The lesson here? Don't mess with a beloved brand identity unless you're absolutely sure it's the right move. 5. WeWork. From unicorn to cautionary tale, WeWork was once the poster child of the tech startup boom. Valued at $47 billion, the company promised to revolutionize office spaces. But beneath the hype was a company burning cash at an alarming rate. Its failed IPO revealed massive losses and questionable leadership, and the valuation crashed almost overnight. Within weeks, WeWork's worth plummeted by billions, and its CEO, Adam Neumann, was ousted. It's a lesson in how overhyped valuations and poor governance can lead to disaster. 6. Microsoft and the smartphone flop. Microsoft is known for its dominance in software, but even tech giants make billion-dollar mistakes. In 2013, they acquired Nokia's mobile division for $7.2 billion to compete with Apple and Android. But their phones failed to gain traction. By 2015, Microsoft wrote off the entire deal and exited the smartphone market altogether. It's proof that even the biggest companies can misread consumer preferences. 7. New Coke. A formula for disaster. Coca-Cola decided to shake things up in 1985 by introducing New Coke, a sweeter version of its classic soda. The backlash was immediate and intense. Loyal customers were furious, and sales tanked. Within 3 months, Coca-Cola was forced to bring back the original formula as Coca-Cola Classic. Though the fiasco cost millions, Coca-Cola eventually spun it into a win by highlighting their commitment to customer loyalty. Still, it's a reminder to test major changes before going all in. The takeaway: what do these stories have in common? They show us that even the most powerful companies can stumble when they fail to adapt, ignore their customers, or let short-term thinking cloud their judgment. But here's the silver lining. Mistakes don't have to be the end. Companies like Coca-Cola and Microsoft learned from their failures and came back stronger. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a professional, or just someone fascinated by business, Remember, every mistake is a stepping stone to success, if you're willing to learn from it. Would you like to hear more stories like these? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let me know which company failure surprised you the most.